Alright, we should be live any second now. Let's have a look. Receiving your content, we should be live. Let's see if this is going to work. I'm hoping it works. Alright. Okay, so the chat is working. I'm just hoping the mic is. Let's have a look here. What's up, Jack? Let me know if you can hear me properly, mate. I want to make sure that the sound is good. I'm not too worried about the picture. I know that's going to be a little bit jittery. The internet's not very good where I am right now, but I just want to make sure that the actual sound is good. I'm also sharing this out and tweeting it out, so I may be quiet for a second. You can hear me fine. Oh, that's good. That's good. Hey, found you on Instagram. Shout out. Hey, Jordan. What's up, crazy Nerth the Gast? It's a crazy name. We're just going to give it a couple minutes, try and get people on board, try and get people watching. And then let's get some people on here. Hey Scott, how's it going? What do you guys think of this live stream being something that I do every Wednesday? You're polishing your boots. Have fun with that. Do you run Roaring Command? The Instagram page? No, I do not run that page. However, I did get a shout out from them, which is awesome. Basically, what happened was he liked my page, and then I messaged that person saying, "Are you part of the call?" And he said, "No." I said, "Do you mind if you give me a little shout out then?" And he didn't mind, which is nice. So that's good. Well, the stream isn't so good right now, but I'm hoping it gets better in time. I remember last time the stream got a little bit better in time. So we'll see how that goes. We've got 10 people watching right now. Let's give it another couple minutes. Hopefully we get some more people. And you can start asking the questions away, and I'll start answering them in a couple minutes. So if you've got any questions about training in the Royal Marines, getting fit, don't hesitate to start asking. We'll keep this an open talk. We're going to talk about that last video that I just uploaded as well. Let me just try and share this out a little bit more. If you're watching this, share this out to your friends who are also thinking of joining the military. Get people watching. Let's get the comments rolling. Let's see how we do. How's the actual stream looking? Is it getting better? Is it improving? I know it's a little jittery every now and again. Do you remember what minute per mile pace you used to run and how far? Now, I remember when I did my pre-joining fitness test leading up to the Royal Marines, I'm pretty sure I got around 8:30, I think, for the 1.5 miles. So you're looking at just over 6-minute miles. It changes in training. Obviously, you're going to be faster, you're going to be slower depending on the kit you have, depending on what you're wearing. As long as you get the pre-joining fitness test done and yeah, just smash the 3 mile and the 1.5 miles in the PRMC, then there's no reason when in training you can't demolish the rest of training. Well, I say demolish. You might struggle. Everybody struggles. Did you suffer from shin splints when training before and during your training? Now, this is a funny question. So, leading up to the PRMC, I didn't get shin splints. And then I had my PRMC in, I think it was like June, and then until September when I was actually going in training. And during the time in between PRMC and the training, I actually got shin splints then and compartment syndrome. And I went to see a physiotherapist in Manchester who was actually it's an old guy who was also, I think he used to physio Manchester City or something like that. So it was pretty expensive, but he did acupuncture on my calves and a few other different movements and different exercises, and it pretty much went away until I got into training and we started running in boots. And let me just explain about shin splints in training. Everybody in training gets shin splints at some point. Everybody does, whether that's compartment syndrome or shin splints. Everybody gets it. It's just a case of how bad it is and if you can push through it or not. That is kind of the hurdle. Some people are in so much pain with it where it makes them stop training and end up going into hunter or leaving training. Some people like me got shin splints throughout training and just got my head down and carried on, massaged them at night, used some anti-inflammatory cream on my shins and just kept rubbing them until eventually it just disappeared. My feet tend to go inwards a bit when I run, so sometimes getting insoles will help a little bit. But honestly, it depends on if anything, mate. If you're getting shin splints now and you're not in training, I would highly suggest seeing a physio. So how's the stream looking now? Can you still hear me really well? Like, I want to make sure that the sound quality is good. The video quality I'm not too worried about, but I just want to make sure that that you can actually hear me correctly, because answering your questions is the utmost important part for me. Cheers for the advice on press-ups, mate. I've started doing sets of 10 every 30 seconds after my training sets since saw you do it. Not tested on it on Bleep yet, but feel great. Yeah, I mean, doing them in your own time and doing them on the Bleep is a little bit different. Time and attention's different, but to practice, there's no reason why you can't practice doing it in your own time, and then test maybe once every week, every other week to the Bleep. That's what I would suggest. I'm just going to do it in my own time, and then come January, February, when I'm actually going to do the main tests, I'm going to do it to the Bleep, and I'll record everything and put it on the videos, and we'll see how we go from there. Let's have a look. Luke Lamb, what do you think of the RAF regiment? They're a good regiment, I don't know a ton about them, but I know there was a few lads in training who came from the RAF regiment, and they seem like good lads. So yeah, I've never really worked with them. I know that they did a lot of guarding in Afghan, but I haven't really worked with them enough to give my advice on them, mate. Kieran says, sounds all good, mate. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, if I think that's one thing I'm going to be worried, because the internet's so bad here, just constantly kind of checking in with you guys, making sure that the stream is good, make sure you can hear me correctly. That's the big thing that I'm worried about, Is compartment syndrome when your calves get really itchy and so when running? Because I get that when I run. No, compartment syndrome is basically there's a sac, a filament that's around your muscle, and what happens is when you run, your muscle swells, and the sac around your muscle stays tight around that swollen muscle. So it feels like when you actually touch your shin or touch your calf, it's like rock solid because the muscle is pushing really hard against that sack, and that is compartment syndrome, and it feels like shin splints, but there is a bit of a difference. So yeah, I would keep an eye on that. A good thing to get rid of compartment syndrome is massaging. There was this cream that I got, which was kind of like a anti-inflammatory cream, and I just rubbed it into my calves every time I finished a run, even though it was really painful to rub it in there. I just did it every time and just kind of went with it. What techniques would you use to keep running through the pain when you feel like stopping? Okay, so this is a big one because this goes into mental toughness, which really and truthfully I want my YouTube channel to kind of mold around. So when you're in pain and you're in that brink of, you're hitting the wall, okay, you're hitting the wall of, I don't think I can run much further. You've got that one voice in your head that's like, you should probably stop, you know, you're tired, you know, you should stop, you know, you should do this, that, and the other. I don't know what happened then, but they said the stream stopped. I don't know why it's getting really crappy. It wasn't this bad last time. I'm getting pretty annoyed right now. This sucks. Let's see if I can change anything. You guys still hear me correctly? Everything good? It said the stream stopped for a second. So I don't know whether it was just... I don't know whether it was what it was. That was really weird. But as long as you guys can still hear me and stuff, that's good. So where was I anyway? So techniques around carrying on when you feel like stopping. So that's something that you can't really understand until you're actually doing it. I mean, when you get to that point of you hit the wall and you're like, I need to stop. How do you tell yourself you need to get going? You need to carry on going. Well, one thing that I've always done is I like to meditate. Meditating being like one of the most important things that helps me when I'm exercising. And there's a thing I learned called a trigger breath, where basically when you've been meditating for about 5 or 10 minutes and you're kind of feeling that zone, you know, you count up till 10 and you're in the zone. Picture this moment of bliss where you want to be, basically like you with your green beret, or you with a maroon beret if you want to join the paras, or this ideal place you want to be. And what you need to do is breathe on it. So picture this place, breathe on it like 10 big breaths, and then that's you done for your meditation. So then what happens is when you're running and you're in that really, really horrible spot, take some big deep breaths and just picture that moment of your, like, the blissness of you having your green beret or having achieved what you want to achieve. And that picture will help you drive that a little bit further, because obviously you're thinking of that picture, you're thinking, I want to be there, and if I want to be there, then I need to carry on going, and so on and so forth. So that being kind of your, think of it as like your ideal like metropolis, your ideal like perfect like life you want to have, and that's what you should be picturing. And when you're in them crappy situations where you feel like crap, that picture of whether it be you and your green beret should be the thing that makes you go that little bit further. And that's just one technique that I've used in many different techniques of pushing yourself further than what you possibly can, and we'll go into that a little bit further. Before I go on, I want you to let me know how the stream is, because it just kind of went off randomly, which was really weird and really bizarre. So I just want to make sure that you guys can still hear me correctly and the stream is still going correctly, and just keep me updated on that, guys, because that is one of the things that I'm worried about the most with being in Barcelona. I'm excited to get back to the US where I have really good internet and these streams will be in HD and they will be in really good quality. So just leave a comment and let me know how that is. Alright, where was I? What's a good way to prepare for the PRMC? Stream is still good. Thanks, Scott. I appreciate it. That is what I'm looking for. So how do you prepare for the PRMC? Well, first and foremost, you need to have all the tests in the bag. Your press-ups, your pull-ups, your sit-ups, your mile and a half. They all need to be in the bag, and you need to be doing them enough so that on a bad day, you don't fail them. On a bad day, you still kind of pass them, if that makes sense. So you should be banging out 60 press-ups in the 2 minutes. You should be doing the 80 press-ups, 80 sit-ups in 2 minutes. You should be doing 8 clean pull-ups, easy, you know, and you should be doing your 1.5 miles in under 10 minutes every single time you attempt it. It's as simple as that. Like, it shouldn't be a bad day about it. That's how you really, truly prepare for PRMC. And the other thing is, preparing for the PRMC is knowing that you want the job, knowing that you want to be in the Royal Marines, and knowing that, you know, you're capable of doing it, and that's what will push you through the determination test and all that lot. You need to know that you really want it, because it's all well and good being physically fit enough, but really and truthfully, a lot of it is what's up here. What really does count is the mindset and the ability to push through times when you feel like you can't go any further. That is one of the big struggles. Make sure you drink a lot of water. Let's see here. I do 3 sets of 50% max to bleep. Think I'll sack it and follow what you're doing, as bleeps get annoying when you don't notice gains all the time. Stream's perfect. Thanks, John. Yeah, I mean, this program that I'm doing right now, this push-pull routine, is what I did to get into the military the first time, and it worked. You know, so it's worked once before. I'm seeing improvements right now. So you know, it's working. There's an acronym that we use in the military and the Royal Marines a lot, and it's keep it simple, stupid. And if it works, it doesn't need fixing. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't change it. It works. So I'm doing this right now just to help you guys. I'm showing you the program, and it works. So like, there's no reason to change it. I mean, it could be different for different people. It might not work for you as much as it works for me, but it works for me. So that's what I'm doing. And if it does help you, then so be it. And if you're not seeing the results I'm seeing, then that's when we need to change it a little bit. Okay. Let's have a look. I had shin splints for 7 months, and I'm having physio and being given a lot of mobility work and stretches. I've had acupuncture a few times, and it's been getting a lot better since. So hopefully I'll be all good. Yeah, acupuncture works. The physio, listen to them. They know what they're talking about. It's hard to kind of to keep the morale up when you're having pain from shin splints. But you know, just keep the exercises. You know, it's consistency and quality exercises. You know, determination, the characteristics of a Royal Marine. So cheerfulness in the face of adversity, unselfishness, the whole lot. You know. Just keep that in mind when you're really struggling. Do you have any ideas what happens to non-RM from a different regiment that completes the all-round command course? I know they can be placed with a Royal Marine regiment, but what does that actually mean? Okay, so it really is different for Army Commandos. They don't necessarily, they're not Royal Marines, first and foremost, but they sometimes get put at a commando unit. But there's a difference. You know, it's one of them where the Army Commandos will usually be under the Army still. They don't necessarily work with the Commandos directly. Although sometimes they do take orders. You know, it really depends on the situation. But if you're in the Army and you want to try the All-Arms course, go ahead and do it. I've heard really good things about it. I mean, at the end of the day, you do the test that the Royal Marines do at the end of training. The only difference is you don't do the 32 weeks leading up to it, which I think is the hardest part. But yeah, I mean, if you're thinking of going all arms course, then by all means, it's a great idea. When doing the 30 miler, is the majority of that walking pace? Not necessarily. So you're walking the uphills and you're running the downhills and the flats. When I say walking the uphills, it's a pretty fast pace. You're looking at 10-minute miles. Like jogging, walking pace. And if you're behind on time before you reach the next checkpoint, they will speed you up and make you run the uphills. Now you do stop, I think it's 4 or 5 times. I think it's 5 times. No, wait. I can't remember how many times you stop. They give you like a salty, sugary drink along with a pasty or a banana. Some painkillers if you need it. I need a lot of them, and you carry on. And some of it was a blur. I struggled on the sprints, like the Tarzan assault course, but when it came to the long distance, I struggled the first probably 15 miles, but the last 5 miles I was at the front of the troop. You know, when you get onto the road near the end, I was directing traffic. I was at the front of the troop helping out, and it was a weird moment for me, a very weird moment that I didn't expect. I still have that energy and drive to do it, but I did. What's the longest distance you run in recruit training? The longest distance you run is the 30 miler, if you consider it run, because it's a bit of a walk run as well. But the longest distance you yomp is a different question. Now, if you go back to the last video, well, one of the videos I did, which is the most popular one, which is why people fail the Royal Marines course. I'm pretty sure the title is something like that. You'll hear a story from me when I was yomping in training, and it went on for, I think we started jumping at like 9 p.m. one night and didn't finish till like 12 the next day, and it was horrific. If you haven't watched that video, I highly recommend it. HD Oblivion YouTube says hello. Hello, mate. How's it going? How are ya? Alex also says hello. Hey, how's it going, mate? Let's have a look here. Dexter, how many miles per week was you running before you went into recruit training? Now, there's a difference before I went into recruit training, before I went into the PRMC. Before I went into the PRMC, I was primarily doing the 3 miles and trying to get the 3 miles under 20 minutes. Before recruit training, I was putting weight on my back, and I was running from my house to my grandma's, which was around 14 miles. And I was doing that just to strengthen my back, strengthen my legs, because I knew I was going to be lifting a lot of weight. So the more the merrier, but be careful on injuring yourself, because that is something that you do not want to do. How many miles per week are the lads in here running out of interest? Yeah, how many miles per week is everyone running? Let me know in the comments right now. How many miles are you running per week, roughly? And we'll talk about that, okay? Alex Clark says, I'm 14 right now, and me and my friend want to join the Royal Marines when we're 17. Do you have any information on what I should do to prepare mentally and physically? Thank you. Okay, so Alex, you're at the age where me and my friend wanted to join the Royal Marines, and we signed up at 15 and 9 months. He ended up joining the Army, I ended up joining the Marines. And it was a case of working together, you know, pushing through them moments where you really are exhausted together. Having someone there to help you is tremendous. You know, I can't emphasize enough on having training partners. It really does help. But as for you right now, you're 14. Take it easy, mate. You know, don't be pushing yourself too hard. Wait until you're 15, 16 at most. You know, your body's still growing, and you don't want to hurt yourself while your body's growing, and that is very important, okay? As for information, look through my past videos, why most recruits fail training. My training program right now. Let me know if you've been watching the videos, because they have a lot of good information that will help you and your friend join the Royal Marines. Mini Darville 7 asks, how hard is the NRST? I don't know what the NRST is, mate. I'm not sure what that acronym is. It's been a while since I've been in the military, so I might be out of the loop with that one. Jake Barrett says, what about Excel? The 30 mile IE continuous run. 6 plus 6, 3 plus 3 week 1. Then 3 plus 3 plus 1.5 the next week. So I'm presuming that's how many miles you're running per week. 6 plus 6 plus 3 plus 3, and I'm presuming that's each day in week 1. That's awesome, I would suggest. I would wonder if that's before the PRMC or before training, because if it's before the PRMC, I would highly emphasize doing the 3 mile and trying to improve your sprinting. Do maybe like a 3 miler, then a 1.5 miler, and then a day of interval training, and then 6 mile again at the very end, just to kind of exhaust the muscle. And that way, with the interval training mixed in between, it will help your speed increase. Okay. Dexter Can says 11 miles per week, average 8:20 pace for most of the mileage. Okay, same again with you, Dexter. Is that something you're doing? Are you in between PRMC and training, or are you before PRMC? Because like I said, it's good doing that amount of miles, but I would really emphasize on pulling that pace towards 7-minute miles, maybe even 6:30 if you can. And doing that would mean cutting the miles down and doing some interval training. Doreen Jackman gives a smiley face. Hi, Doreen. Doreen is my mother-in-law. It's nice to see you. Hope you're looking after my dog Cooper while I'm in Barcelona. I miss him very much. and I miss you very much. Excited to see you. Ovo Cash TV says, I'm giving away 3 iPhone 8s to my last 3 subscribers. Still have a chance right now to win. Subscribe. Hope you win. Cheers, mate. I'm presuming that's some sort of spam. Go and try that giveaway if you want to do it, guys. But yeah, I don't think you'd be coming on a stream like this if you had iPhones to give away. I'm sure people would be pouring onto their channel. Alex, you just said, yeah, I've been watching all your videos and I've shown my friends your videos too, and he says they're really great. Thank you. Keep watching them, keep in tuned to this channel, and you'll see some more to help you and your friend join. I can't join until 2020/21, and I'm not too sure when you start to really up my training. Oh, we just moved. Where is it? There it is. If I up it now, I'll lose too much weight. Okay, Joe, it depends on how old you are. Like I said, emphasize on bodyweight exercises and interval training to get that speed up. And if I'm honest with you, unless you're super young, it doesn't matter how much you eat. Just eat a lot of food to fuel your exercise. And if you're doing vigorous exercises, you should be fit enough to join. Just make sure that your body weight is above the required to join. I do at the moment 1.5 miles timed every other day, 3 miles on Saturday, hill sprints on Sunday. Perfect, Alex. That's awesome. Like I said, just be careful with you being a little bit young. You don't want to hurt yourself. Dan Ellis says, thoughts on joining the Royal Marines as an officer? Okay, Dan, well, joining as an officer, that's a whole different subject. Now, I don't know much about officer training. What I do know is it is absolutely horrific. If you can imagine the Royal Marines training, but on steroids, that's what it is. It's just this another level of training. And I have a lot of respect for them officers. They truly do know what they're talking about, and they are extremely fit and intelligent people. If you think you can do it, do it. However, I wouldn't do it while you're young. If you're around 16, 17, I would join the regular Marines first and then decide further down the line if you want to be an officer. But if you are you know, around my age, mid-20s, late 20s, then an officer might be something you're considering, as long as your fitness is there. Can you get back troops in potential officer course training? I don't know. I'm presuming you can. I think you can. I'm pretty sure. There was some... I remember seeing a officer in Hunter Company. He wasn't with us in Hunter Company, but I knew he was in rehab. So yeah, I'm not really sure how that works, if I'm completely honest with you. Why do most Marines leave after 4 years of service? Good question. So for me, I joined thinking that I was going to be in training. I was going to be in the Marines for a career. But, you know, training's different to being in the Corps. For me, I did my bit and I felt like it just wasn't for me. And I needed a different direction in life. And I talked about that in my video of... one of my first Royal Marine videos on this channel. I forgot what the name of it is. But yeah, you know, after 4 years, you change, mate. You change. You're changing every day. You know, no man steps in the same river twice. It's a great saying, because the river's always moving and the man's always changing. So, you know, you are a completely different person in 4 years' time. I mean, look at yourself right now and think, are you the same person as what you were 4 years ago? And you might have a different idea. Doreen, my mother-in-law, says he's doing great. She's talking about my dog. She's looking after. Just passed my recruit test and looking to build an aerobic base. So do you mean recruit as in you just passed your PRMC? What did you just pass then, Dexter? We'll go into that a little bit more. Just let me know what stage. You mean you passed your PRMC? Do you mean you passed your pre-joining fitness test? Let me know. Joe says, I'm 17, basically 18. Yeah, so you shouldn't be too worried. I mean, as long as you're the required weight, I wouldn't be worried about losing muscle mass. Because if you're aiming to pass them tests and you're gaining with your press-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, and you run, then don't worry about your body fat. How long should you be properly training before your PRMC / how long should you leave yourself, says Arthur Sinclair. So for me, my situation was a little bit different. I joined when I was 15 and 9 months. I was in the 6 weeks holidays between year 10 and 11. So I had another year anyway. So for me, it was obvious that I had a year before PRMC, and with that, I trained all year, and I felt like I needed that because by the time I got to the PRMC, I was mediocre. If I'm honest with you, I wasn't at the top, I wasn't at the bottom, I was very mediocre. So, and that was a year of training. So I would highly suggest the sooner the better, depending on your situation, obviously. Thoughts at joining at 26? Wow, I just turned 26. And in all honesty, mate, if you want to join, do it. You know, you have a different mindset than me. I've already done it. I think if I didn't join when I was 16, I would still want to join now. So, you know, it was 10 years ago, but I know that if I didn't do it then, I'd want to do it now. And, you know, I'm a different person now. I'm married, you know, and all this lot. So I have different commitments. But you've got to look at your situation, mate, Brian, and you've got to think, you know, is it worth it? You know, like, think about your family, because it's not just something that's going to impact you, it's going to impact the people around you. So joining at 26 is a big commitment, and there was a lot of people in training who were also around that age. In fact, most of the people in training were around that age. So, you know, if you want to do it, do it. That's what I say. I'm watching the Commander on the Frontline DVD, and was it similar to your training? So the Commander on the Frontline was actually filmed a year before I went into training. That was, I'm pretty sure in the video it was 924 Troop, and I joined with what was it? I can't remember. Holy crap, what troop did I join with? 974. I joined with 974. I passed out with 995, but I joined with 974 because I got injured and went into Hunter. And it was a year after that Commando Commando on the Frontline DVD. Now, there was a lot of rumours going around that they had it kind of easy. And after watching the video, it looks like they did. But there's not... When someone says their training was easy, it's a boost of ego on themselves. But it's also the fact that what is easy in Royal Marine training? Like, the amount of lenience you get between an easy troop and a hard troop is not that big. So when someone says that their training was a little bit easier than yours, then there isn't much of a difference, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's very similar. I don't know what it's like now. It might be a lot different now, but at the time it was very similar. Are you 100% aware of what the job you're doing involves when you pass out of training? Yeah, you are. You are. I mean, for me, I was still young, and you know, for some reason when you're younger, you don't really grasp the idea of what the sacrifices you truly are going to make. So, with that being said, I probably didn't 100% be aware of what the job involved. I knew what the job involved, but I just wasn't very attuned to the consequences of them jobs, if that makes sense, because at the end of the day, the ultimate price is you could die. And I don't think, even though if someone asked me back then, I would be like, yeah, no, it's fine. Or, you know, if it happens, it happens. And that's all well and good. But looking back now, I feel like I was a little bit young and I was a little bit, I just wasn't really aware that I might actually die. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you've got to really, at a young age, it's a very, very complex situation of joining. And the idea of it going through your mind of what could happen is different to what you're aware of when you're older. So yeah. Callum B says, did you have a specialisation in the Marines? If so, which one? Yep, the last year when I had my notice in to leave the Corps, I actually got pinged as a driver for the last year. And I did a few little things as a driver, but it wasn't necessarily like what I wanted to do, but because I was leaving, it seemed to be something that, you know, kind of just got pushed my way, if I'm honest with you. Alright, so I just got to the end of the comments. I'm sure you've got a bunch of other comments being made, but I'm just going to pull this up quickly. Where is it? And I'm going to talk about the test results from the last video. So basically, if you look at the little thing, I know the stream's a little bit delayed, so I'm just waiting for that to pop up on the actual stream as well. But if you notice that most of them's in red, that means I failed them. And the ones in orange, that means that I got better than the ones that I failed, but I still haven't passed. Now, if you notice, it's only been a month and I've knocked pretty much 45 seconds off my 1.5 miles, which is good. So that's something that, you know, is a vast improvement when it's only 4 weeks. I've took 45 seconds off, and if I'm aiming to reach the goal of passing these tests by February, I should easily make around 9 minutes. Press ups I didn't do because I did a killer workout on Monday, and I didn't want to sacrifice that killer chest workout just to practice the tests. So that I didn't do them. Next time I'm probably going to sacrifice the pull-ups. I gained 1 extra pull-up over the last one, which is good within a month. Bear in mind I got another 2 months, which would make 8 pull-ups, hopefully. And the sit-ups I got 45, which isn't a great improvement, but I'm hoping to improve on that. And I'm just wanting to pull this up just so you can see if you've got any questions about that. Have a look at it and let me know what you think. And let me get back to these questions quickly. Did you feel like... Alex says, did you feel that you were at some sort of disadvantage by joining at 16? I thought that I was both an advantage and disadvantage. I was an advantage because I came straight out of school and I didn't have a job where I was independent. I came out of school and I was being told what to do, and I went into the Marines and I still got told what to do. So in that sense of taking orders, I was fine with. But on the other side, I was very young and I just was immature, you know, compared to a lot of other people. Crazy Nerthagast says, do you play video games? I actually play a lot of video games. I'm obsessed with video games, and I'm thinking of making a second channel about video games, movies, and books, like nerd culture. If you think that's a good idea, let me know. Scott Banks says, can you be taught in training on how to have courage, bravery, or does it come naturally? I think you can be taught a little bit in training, but I think the idea of courage and bravery does usually come naturally. The idea of someone being kind of an alpha male is something that is something that can be trained, but it is something that also comes natural to some people. So with that being said, have a look at the videos I've done about mindset and stuff like that. And the more you improve your mindset and the more you have control over your thoughts, the more courage and bravery you'll gain. So you can improve it. Jake says, does being short actually affect your training? And were there many short blocks in yours? Yeah, there was a few short blocks actually, and it does make a difference. When it comes to speed matches, they get put at the front of the troop because the further back you get, the longer the pace is. And the runs are a lot harder on the shorter people because the stride is shorter. But the yomps are usually pretty easy for shorter people because they have a low center of gravity and usually they're a little bit bulkier. So there's an advantage and disadvantage. I wouldn't worry too much about it. As long as you can pass the tests, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Louis Day says, I'm recently 17 and I applied when I was 16. I have a medical soon. What is your advice for the medical? Cheers. I would just go there, act professional, you know, look at the commando ethos, cheerfulness in the face of determination, professional, all the values that make a Marine. Just make sure you are portraying yourself as someone who could be a Royal Marine, and that's all that matters, because at the end of the day it's medical and that's out of your hands. Bigger Picture Fitness, how's it going, mate? Says, damn, I have to go to work, wish I could listen more. Yep, Ian, I will see you at Christmas, and we'll train and we'll put a video up on this channel. But I miss you, bro. I hope you're doing well. If anyone doesn't know, Bigger Picture Fitness is a great guy I used to work with when I got out of the Marines, and yeah, he's just started a YouTube channel and it's really good. You should check it out. He's a really good bloke, really nice guy. Mini Darvel 7 says, I managed to knock 1 minute off my mile and a half in a week. Got it down to 9:26. That is amazing, mate. Absolutely awesome. Like I said, there's always room for improvement. Try and get it around 9 like I'm doing. If you look at the goals down here, it says 9 minutes. Even though the pass mark is 10, I think having a goal of 9 minutes is key. Joe, when doing the test to the bleep, if you miss a bleep, do you get stopped, or can you carry on the time at your own pace for the rest of the time? I'm pretty sure I can't really remember. I'm pretty sure if you miss a bleep, you can carry on, but the person who does the press ups is counting as well. I think as soon as you miss like 2 or 3, then that's when they're like, okay, get out. But I don't think you can go at your own time. I think it's a case of you just trying to get that 1 or 2 more out. And as soon as a PTI sees that you missed a bleed, they'll probably run over to you because there's like 4 or 5 in the gym floor, and they'll run over to you and they'll be like, okay, let me just count the extra ones, and they'll write it down. So yeah, make a gaming channel, bro. I'd watch. Yeah, if you'd watch a gaming channel, I'm definitely thinking of doing that. Scott Banks, when leaving the Marines after service, what kind of career can you go into from being a former Royal Marine? There's so many different things, mate. So many different things that you could do, whether that be a driver like I was, or you could go into fitness as a PT, or you could do maritime security. There's so many different things you can do, mate. And it does, having the Royal Marines on your resume, on your CV, is something that every time I go into a job, they're like, that's pretty impressive. Even in the US, when you say I was in the Commandos at 16, there's something they're always a bit like, wow. So, and it's a good talking point, and if you're in interviews, it shows professionalism. My fastest 3-mile run is 23:36. Is that a good start? It's a good start, but like I said, aim for around 20 minutes. That's what I would say. Jake Barrett says, what sort of core knowledge and history do they want you to know? Okay, you want to know your VC winners, you want to know your major battles, you want to know your current affairs, what's going on right now, you want to know the beginning of the Corps, 1664, I think it was, when the 28th of October 1664, when the Royal Marines started. You want to know all of the major dates. If you go onto the Navy website, it'll all be on there. Yeah. Nathan Taylor, is a low body fat percentage good during training? It doesn't really matter. Like I said, as long as you can do the exercises, you could be ripped or a little bit chubby. I didn't have a 6-pack abs, you know. I was mediocre, but I could do what I needed to do, and that's what's important. Brian Kelly, thanks for the reply. Was there mainly Irish in the Corps? There was a few Irish lads in the Corps, yeah. There was a few people from Scotland, a few people from Ireland, a few people from Fiji, South Africa. There was one person from the US who had a dual citizenship with the UK. Yeah, you'll get a vast amount of people from different areas. Right. Alex, on your PRMC fitness test, how many push-ups, sit-ups, and pull-ups did you get? Wow, good question. It was 9 years ago, my PRMC, 2008. I know I passed the 1.5 miles. I don't remember what time I got on that. Bleed test, I think I got around 11. Sit-ups, I got around 80. Press-ups, I got around 40, I think. And then pull-ups, I think I got like 6 or 7. I think it was more 7. But if you know anything about the PRMC, it works on like a point system. If you do really well on one, you'll get full points. But if you lack on some others, then they'll take points off, and it's an average point system. So if you don't do so well on one but do excellent on the other, it kind of balances out a little bit. But it might have changed since then. So don't take my word for it. Do your research. Where are we? Would you recommend learning a martial arts before joining? I mean, you can do. It's good for the fitness, but I don't think it's necessary. There's plenty of different things you'll learn in the Corps when it comes to stuff like that. So I wouldn't worry too much about martial arts. However, if you do know it, it will come into a bit of advantage when you're messing around and they have you scrapping between yourselves, because you do fight a little bit between yourselves. Scott Banks, what games would you like to play if you made a gaming channel? I'd probably play the new Call of Duty, the new Star Wars game. I play all the major games, obviously, but I'm very much into Destiny. I like a lot of war games, obviously. I've not played the Call of Duty campaign yet, World War II, because I'm saving that for the channel if I do it. But a bit of everything, mate, if I'm honest with you. A bit of everything. I'm really into Star Wars. I'm really into Game of Thrones, so around TV I'll probably review them. And there's a few other genres that I really like, but it's primarily just the major games, you know. FIFA a little bit, maybe, if I get bored. FIFA's a game that I just play on the side. What part of training do you enjoy the most? Wow. It's a good question. The downtime, the lectures. The lectures are always nice because it's time to sit down and learn and not have to run around, which is nice. So lectures are fun. When you finish a run or finish a test, that's always amazing. That's always something that's like really really kind of like, oh, just pass that test. It's one more step closer to getting the Green Beret. So that's something that I really enjoy training. Will Walker, I'm 14 years old and I want to join the Royal Marines. How could you say I should train for my age? Now, you're 14, mate. You're still very young, okay? Your body is still growing, so be very, very careful. With that being said, I did start training at 14. Start light. Start you running real light. If you feel any pain, stop. Start your press-ups and pull-ups and sit-ups. If you feel any pain, stop. Make sure you're stretching. It's one thing you don't see a lot of people talking about on these fitness channels is the stretching aspect. Take up yoga. It helps you with your breathing, it helps you with your stretching. Do it every night. Something that really improved my running time is yoga. Have a bit of humility. Let people take the mick out of you because you want to be a guy's guy in the Royal Marines, but you're doing yoga. Let them take the mick out of you. But you'll be the one who will be flexible and limble when they're getting injured. Okay, so do yoga. It's important. Keeps you centered, keeps you grounded, keeps you flexible, keeps good range of motion in all your joints. And I would highly recommend doing yoga to start because it's nice and it's gentle. But just take it easy, mate. You're still very young, all right? You're still very, very young. Wow, I got to the end of the comments. How long we got? 20 more minutes. What videos would everyone like to see? At the moment, I'm still doing the getting fit for the Royal Marines, but I'm thinking of implementing little videos in between, like my stretch routine before bed, more dietary stuff, talking about, because I am on a vegan diet right now. Like I said, I'm not going to push that shit on you, but it's something that you could maybe implement and try. But what kind of videos would you like to see? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking of doing. Also, don't forget to hit that like button. It means a lot. It helps this channel grow. I reached 1,000 subscribers on my birthday weekend, which is phenomenal. So yeah, pretty amazed with that. I'm pretty happy with that. Let me see if I've got any comments on here quickly. Let me see. It seems like I've got a few comments on here. My wife on my Facebook page, I don't know if you can see that. That picture of me in the Marines, the one that I put as the what do you call it, thumbnail on YouTube of me when I got back from a 30 mile and I got my Green Beret, and she said I don't look very happy, which I didn't, because it wasn't that I was happy, it's that I was a mix of emotions and I was tired and exhausted, but I had to fit my Green Beret to my head. I was only like very young there. It's crazy to look at them pictures now. Brian says, do you have any experience with 4-3 Commando? Would it be a bad choice to move into? Thanks. I don't have much advice to give you with that, an experience. I actually went to 4-5 Commandos at 40 for a little bit, and I didn't go. So I'm sorry, mate. I can't really give you any advice on that. I've heard that it's a good place. I've heard that it's nice. It looks a little miserable, like the architecture. And a lot of people don't usually want to go there. A lot of people would rather go to an actual unit like 4-5, 40 or 4-2. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad move. So yeah, I can't give you experience if I haven't been there, mate. I'm sorry. Alex, will you do any more of these live streams? They're amazing. I'm actually thinking of doing this every Wednesday. What do you think? Let me know if you think I should do this every Wednesday. When I get back to the US or when I go to the UK in a few weeks, it might change. But I definitely want to do one every single week. What do you guys think to that? And as soon as I leave Barcelona, I go to the UK, and then when I go to the US, the internet quality is definitely going to get better in time. Hey mate, been able to catch your stream last week? You have been able, or you didn't? You wasn't able. But yeah, if you're able to watch these streams every week, that's awesome. Play PlayerUnknown Battleground. I would love to play that, but I do not have a good computer for it. I'm currently using a MacBook that I actually, because I'm still at school, at university doing English education, and I do everything through this small MacBook. I don't have a big computer, so I think I'm going to save some pennies up and get a gaming computer and play some of that and play some other games on stream. And I think that'd be a great idea for the channel. Let me know if you think that's a good idea. Do you think I should save my pennies and get a gaming computer? Is your the comments are going pretty quick. Let me just scroll back up. Scott Banks, is your channel called Original Human for a specific reason? No. I was coming up with names a while back, primarily because the channel was going to be around fitness. And I was thinking of Original Fitness, and I was trying to have something unique but kind of cool at the same time. And then I just thought of Original Human at some point. I thought, oh, that sounds pretty cool. Maybe I can do that. And it's original, you know, people are trying to join the Royal Marines. Something not many channels talk about, so it is original. And I'm just trying to keep this as transparent. These videos, I want to keep them as transparent as possible. I want you to see the real me. If I have a week where the training is crap, I want to tell you about that. And I want to keep it very transparent. I don't want to be like a fake YouTuber that everything's happy and pleasant, because that's not what I got taught in the Marines. That's not part of the commando ethos or the commando spirit. Transparency and professionalism is key, and I think that if I have a channel that is centered around being myself, I think you guys would enjoy that more than just seeing the highlights and the major great parts of the day. Like these vlogging channels like Casey Neistat, where everything seems super cool and it's really well edited. It's just not me, you know, and I'm different. I'll never be like that. So I'm trying to keep it original and trying to keep it my own little thing. Do a video on stretching, Crazy Nerfcast says. Yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be something I'm really, I think I'm going to do that in the next couple of weeks. I think that'll definitely help you all. Brian says, yeah, found it very helpful. Keep them up. Thank you. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you for the input. Lambs Gaming says, wasn't able last week. This week I am. Yeah, if you're not able, like I said, I'm thinking of doing this every single week. So let me know if you think that's a good idea. Scott says, I went to 4-3 Commando with other potential recruits, and it's cool up there. The base is quite big. Got to chat to a lot of Marines there, and they like it there. Yeah, it's just another base. If you've got to check it out, that's awesome. Make sure if you go on visits to other bases, you stay professional. You know, stay yourself. Don't be trying to show off. You know. But yeah, if you like it up there and you want to do that, then that's a good goal. I had a goal of going to 4-5 Commando when I went into training, and I ended up doing it. So it's good to have that goal. Alex says, at the moment I can do 16 press-ups, 59 sit-ups, and 2 sit-ups. I'm presuming you mean pull-ups. Yeah, oh yeah, you said it below. Yeah, pull-ups. I have less upper body strength, but I'm good at running. How could I train upper body? The key is doing it, mate. Consistency. Just doing the exercises. Do your press-ups before bed, and your sit-ups and your pull-ups. Just do them every single day, and you will improve. Make sure you're getting some good food down you. And patience. Just have patience, mate. Alright? Alex, you need to get on the bar and do cleans and a lot of back stuff. I went from 2 proper form to 7. Yeah, do a lot of back exercises. Get to the gym. Do some heavy weights. I found that if I can only do 4 pull-ups, if I put a belt on and put some weight on and do 1 pull-up, but sets of like 5 or 6, when I go back to doing regular body weight exercises with no weight, I can do more. So that might be something to look into as well. Maybe I'll talk about that in my next video. I think you would enjoy doing airsoft since it is military base. It is military bases. You would probably love it. Yeah, I've heard it's good, but on the other hand, I have a lot of hobbies already, and I know that it's quite expensive. Hardest exercise, Hunter's Moon. Oh God, Hunter's Moon, you just brought back a lot of memories. No, the hardest exercise was the second to last one before training. I forgot what it was called. If you remember what that one was called, let me know. But the second to last one, not Final X, it was the one before that. It was horrific. And that was the one I talked about in the mindset video of why most recruits fail. Scott says, well done on getting 1K subs. What was your next goal for YouTube? Jeez, you know, 1K sub was such a surprise. I aimed to get 750 by Christmas a couple weeks ago, and I got 1,000 on my birthday, which is remarkable. I think I would like to aim for, I mean, 2,000 seems like the next good aim, right? Maybe by March, maybe by the end I've done these videos, these Getting Fit for the Royal Marines, maybe by February 2000, I think would be a good goal. But yeah, just to keep pushing and keep getting more subs, you know, share, everyone watching, share this video to all your friends who are looking to join the Royal Marines. If you see a Royal Marine video, share this, because the more views this gets, the more I see interest in these videos, the more I'm going to do it. It's as simple as that. And I think that the more I see an interest in it, the more that I think it's going to help me personally as well by my career. The more I'm going to want to invest time into it. And at the moment, this is a hobby. If I get stupid amount of views, then maybe I can put a little money into it and actually make it a part-time job, you know. And like I said, the more you share this, the more you guys help me out. This is the very start of this channel, and I hope to grow it quite large. The more you guys help me out with that, and you're here at the start of it with me, you can grow with the channel as well, and you can maybe become part of it at some point. So you guys are you guys are everything that's pushing this channel, and if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing this. You know, I want to help people. That's why I joined the Royal Marines. I want to help people. So, hey, I actually made this one, and I know you would play video games, but have you ever considered playing airsoft? Yeah. Someone else just said that. Airsoft seems like a good idea. Maybe I'll try it one day. It just seems a little expensive, and I've got a lot of hobbies. I might buy some webbing and practice that. Yeah, that's a good idea, webbing. I mean, you'll get issued it. I wouldn't worry about buying webbing. I would consider, if you go to a gym, they have the belts that you can, with the chain, put some weight on. Just try that. Violet entry. It could have been that one, but I can't remember. Geez, what was it called? I don't think it was that one. Maybe that was it. I didn't remember that exercise though. Lambs Gaming, yeah, that works for most people. I tried that with the pull-ups and belt, but for me it didn't improve me a lot. My next goal, 5k by March. Nice. Next goal, 5k by March. I don't think I get 5k. I think I get 2k. I don't think I'm going to get 5. But for the pull-ups, if it didn't improve you a lot, but it did improve you, that is something you need to consider. It did improve you. You know, that's something important right there. So maybe you should try it a little bit more. Sway says, it's an expensive sport at the start, but after you got your kit, you're fine to go. It's a hobby when you can do it whenever you want. Yeah, I mean, airsoft, man, you're getting me hyped for it. Maybe I should try it. Henry, wait 1 second. My head is gone completely mashed right now because there's these comments like moving up. Henry, will be in the Air Training Corps help? Air Training Corps, I don't know what the Air Training Corps, I'm presuming you mean the RAF. But yeah, I mean, I guess so. I don't know what the Air Training Corps is. Let me know what that is. Scott says, how different is the lifestyle in the US compared to the UK? More different than expected. The US don't necessarily know what commandos are, but the people who do know what they are know how hard it is. So, yeah, I mean, it's different. It's fun. It's not better. It's not worse. It's just different. Lamb says, it can be expensive to play airsoft, but when you're in the UK near London, give me a buzz and I'll kit you. Cheers, mate. I appreciate that. Josh Locke says, can I pick more than one specialisation in the Marines? It depends. There's like sub-specializations, like sniper was a sub-specialization where you could be a sniper and also a mountain leader or a driver or something like that. But I don't know how that works now. It might have changed. But you can't have two main specializations. You can move from one to the other after a few years. So that's one thing to look at. How does that attribute to veterans in the US compared to the UK? Attitude. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely bigger, but like they respect it more. But on the other hand, I'm British. You know, I'm not part of their forces. But to be fair, you get a lot of people who still say thank you for your service and stuff, which is really nice. And they do kind of I don't know, like treat you a little bit better. Not saying that they don't treat you better in the UK. I'm just saying they treat you a little bit better, like more like. I don't know, like they seem to put it more on a pedestal, which it can be a good thing and can also be a bad thing, I guess. RAF Air Cadets, yeah, the Air Cadets will help you a lot, mate. I was in Sea Cadets before I went into the Royal Marines, and it helped me a ton. So yeah, I would highly recommend if you're young, going into cadets, learn some basics, and then go into the military. How long have you been in the Royal Marines? I was in the Royal Marines for 4 years, from 2008 until 2012. How hard is it to become a mountain leader, mate? Some say it's harder than Special Forces, so I would say it's very, very, very hard. But you know, if you want to do it, then do it. You know, it's a goal that's achievable. Alex Clark, I'm in the Army Cadets, and every now and then a Marine comes into our detachment, and I get to talk to him, and he's a Lance Corporal. That's awesome. That's really cool. That's why I really emphasize going into cadets. I think it's very, very important that you get the core knowledge there with the cadets. Okay, so we're getting to the hour now. It's the final hour of the chat. So I'm not going to answer any more questions, but I'm going to ask you some questions. Let me know how you want to see this channel evolve. Let me know what you want to see video-wise. Let me know if you think I should make a gaming channel. Let me know what goal you think I should reach. Are you helping me reach? Excuse me. Are you helping me reach the goals? Are you sharing these videos? It'd be much appreciated if you like, subscribe, hit the notification, and share. Sharing these videos is the big thing because it gets more people involved. And like I said, you guys who are commenting right now, you're the base, you're the foundation of this channel. And if it grows more, like I see these names, and I will see these names in 3 or 4 months' time when hopefully I reach 2,000 subscribers, or maybe even 3,000. You never know. But this is a hobby right now, and it's you guys that make me want to do this. And the more I see you guys interacting, the more videos I will put out. The more videos you ask for, the more videos I will make. So bear that in mind. I appreciate you guys so much. 1,000 subscribers, so cool. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Last 5 minutes now, until we hit the top of the hour. Let me know what you guys think this channel should go into. I'm dying for the toilet, so I'm kind of excited for this stream to finish. I'm gonna pee myself, but I still need to drink water. Can't believe that I've reached 1,000 subscribers, guys. Pretty remarkable, right? Still talking about the air cadets and stuff. That's awesome. I'm actually gonna go and visit the Sea Cadets I joined when I go back to England. It's been 1.5 years since I went to England, so yeah. I'm going to be very excited to go back to Manchester and see all my old friends, see some old bootnecks that I've not seen in a while, because I've missed a few of them. These streams help a lot. Thank you, I appreciate it. I think the CCF have a marine section. I don't know what CCF is, mate. Definitely do gaming, but also keep the marine stuff. Yeah. Do you think I should do the gaming on this channel, or do you think I should do what I'm thinking, which I've already made the channel, but I just haven't put anything into it yet, of Original Human Gaming? No, sorry, not Original Human Gaming. It's called Original Human Geek. Let me know what you think of that name. Last couple of minutes, guys. Yeah, great stream. Keep it up. Thank you. I appreciate it. Clearly, people are interested in the marine stuff. Yeah, clearly they're interested in the marine stuff. But yeah, gaming will bring in more viewers. Yeah, definitely. I just want to keep it interesting for you guys. I think I want to keep this channel dedicated to getting fit. Like I'm doing this getting fit for the Royal Marines, and then after that, I'm thinking of doing either getting fit for a marathon or getting fit for an Ironman or something like that. Pushing that a little bit more. Do you ever meet any recruits from the commando program? Some people have messaged me. Yeah. Where am I from? I'm from Manchester. I'm from Failsworth in Manchester, but I actually live in Maine, USA right now. Maine, USA. Last 2 minutes, guys. Last 2 minutes. Let me get some input from you guys and let me know what you lot want to see on the stream. We're coming to the end now, so the more the merrier. But this stream's been cool. I'm definitely thinking of doing this every week. I love interacting with you guys because that's the thing. Like when I make a video, my favorite thing is to get onto the comments and see what people are commenting and see what they say in it and interacting. That's why I try and comment back to every single person in my videos, and I'm going to try and do that. Especially even the negative ones. Get some people being negative on there. I try and comment back to every single person. And if you recommend these videos to someone, let them know that. That is the most important thing, that I try and comment back to everyone. Alright. Okay, I think we're coming to an end now. Thank you everyone for watching. This video will be on my channel regularly, so like it'll stay as a normal video. So if you have any input, comment on there. Don't forget to hit the like button, press the little notification thing, and I will see you guys in the next video next week. Take it easy, guys. Pete Higgins, before I go, he says, I'm trained to join the Royal Marines, but my swimming is poor. Can I still go for it as a bad swimmer? Yeah, go for it, buddy. Keep working hard, keep swimming. Take it easy, everyone. Bye-bye.